There's a question that every new person in Bitcoin asks themselves. How can I get rich with Bitcoin without getting lucky and without falling from all the scams?
The get rich quick mentality. I think it's a symptom of the fiat monetary system. It's a symptom of the debt-based system that's constantly stealing your wealth, and real wages don't keep up with the rate of cost increasing. And so what happens is then humans have to try to get more extreme, move further out of the risk curve to try to offset that. Vladimir Lenin told John Maynard Keynes, the father of the Keynesian economic system that we have, that the best way to destroy capitalism is to debauch the currency. And through a series of inflation, they can arbitrarily steal wealth, and they can continue to steal wealth until all relationship of that is lost. And the best way to get rich will be gambling and theft.
That's where we're at now.
And look at where we're at right now, right? And so the best way to get rich today is gambling, YOLO. But let me put it all into a meme. Let me go to Vegas.
The best perceived way to get rich today.
The best perceived way. Yes, thanks for the clarification. Or theft. And unfortunately, we have a lot of theft, whether that's fraud on Wall Street or that's theft on the street. And so I think we're there. But I think that's not the best way to get wealthy. It's a way to get lucky sometimes. But the fact is that 75% of lottery winners end up bankrupt in less than 5 years. And so that proves to us that getting lucky, making that big gamble and winning that is not the way to wealth. 75% of lottery winners are bankrupt in 5 years. You see it all the time, musicians and pro athletes that make 30, 40, 50, $100 million and they end up bankrupt. And so you could certainly hit it lucky on a meme stock or a crypto token or something like that. But the chance of you holding on to that is very slim. And in a lot of cases, it destroys their life because we have to build up the muscles. We have to build up the ability to hold it. And part of that, unfortunately, nobody wants to hear this. Part of it, unfortunately, is that you have to make it and lose it.
100%.
And you have to make it and lose it. And you have to make it and lose it. So you value it. So you built up the muscle. You talked about it earlier. It's like, I have to lose it so I value it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. And if you just make it lucky the one time, you're going to lose it and you don't know how to make it back.
This is so underrated. You have to build the muscle. Absolutely. And I just look at my own life. It's the same. You're not ready. If it comes too quick, you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
And even if you think that you understood investing principles and all that stuff, first, if it came too quick, there's probably a reason why it came too quick, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why you're going to lose it also. And 100%, you have to build the muscle, and this is so underrated, and it's so true.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't want to hear or don't want to. Basically, there's no get rich quick scheme, and crypto or Bitcoin in this case is a get rich slow scheme, get wrecked quick scheme.
I want to just challenge that though for a second, right? It's a get rich slow scheme, if you will. The stock market has been, the best way to build wealth in the world. Obviously, the best way to build wealth is through a business. That's the best way to build wealth. And that goes back to what I said, being a creator, solving problems and pushing value in the world. That's the best way to get rich. All the wealthiest people in the world, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, they've all built businesses that solve problems. That's the best way to get wealthy. But then we either put it into real estate or we put it in the stock market. So that's where wealth is made or multiplied after you've made it. So the real estate market has, made more wealthy people in the world, and also the S&P 500. If you look at the return rate of those over, 30-year period, they're 7-8%. 7-8%. So the wealthiest people in the world, the Warren Buffetts, the Ray Dalios of the world have gotten wealthy in those markets, making those types of returns, 7-8%. Now with Bitcoin
per year and I think Warren Buffett had like $1 million at like 31 or 32. So it shows that with this you can still become multi-billionaire throughout 60 years, right?
But I do want to point out with Buffett and Dalio. So what happens is I see a lot of people that come into this space and they want to quit their job and be a full-time investor. And I'm going to get wealthy being a full-time investor because look at Warren Buffett and look at Ray Dalio. But I want to remind people that Warren Buffett didn't just build his wealth investing. He built a business. Mm-hmm. The business is called Berkshire Hathaway. And he goes to work. Well, he did go to work there every single day. Ray Dalio didn't get wealthy investing. He created a business called Bridgewater Capital. And he went to work at that company every single day. So it wasn't just that they're investors. They built a business. So we need both. But back to the point that they built this wealth in these markets, real estate and S&P 500, that are doing 7-8% per year. Bitcoin in the last 5 years has done 85% per year. In the last 3 years, it's been averaging 60% a year. So when we go like, it's a way to build wealth slowly, like what? Slowly, 65% a year when the markets are doing 8?
Completely. But slowly in this hyper gambling kind of mindset where they want everything in 3 weeks or 3 days. Right.
But people need to chill on 100%. That. People need to chill on that. 100%. So they've lost all perspective in life, and they have no relation or no education or foundation of what wealth is and how wealth is built. Because of course you're right, and I see people all the time. Bitcoin's too slow. I need something that can make money faster. I need to triple my money in 30 days, and it's like. Yeah.
You said 10x in the next, 100K to a million, 10x in the next 5 years. Most people would come here and say,
no way.
10x. No, they would say, I don't want a 10x. Right? It's a classic.
They want 100x.
Yeah, it's a classic. I didn't want a 3 to 5x, so I went for the minus 99% instead.
Yeah.
It's this hyper-gaming mentality, and it's really, it's sad. Some call it financial death wish.
Yeah. And you know what? Michael Saylor said that in everyone's portfolio, there's typically a little bit of room for risk. So kind of going back to that hierarchy of needs and the levels to the game, like get your foundation built, secure some capital. And if you want to gamble with some of the money, like go for it, but you compartmentalize it, right? You take a small percentage of that. And what wealthy investors and professional investors understand is that we always think of things in terms of risk-adjusted returns. So things that are more risky have a higher return profile, and we put less amount of capital in there. And things that are less risky and have a lower return profile, we put more money. So we don't put the same amount of money evenly across the board. We allocate it differently. And so if you want to take those 99, or let's call them moonshots, if you want to take those moonshots, do it. If that's fun for you, do it. But just do it with a small percentage of your portfolio.